Perimeter Solutions has worked side by side with firefighters for decades, introducing PHOS-CHEK fire retardant for wildland firefighting back in 1963. Today, we bring back Perimeter Solutions CEO Edward Goldberg, who discusses how PHOS-CHEK has evolved over the years to meet the challenges presented by longer, more intense wildfire seasons. All that and more on today's episode of Solutions That Save, a fire safety podcast from Perimeter Solutions.
Hello, I'm your host, Dan Green. Welcome to Solutions That Save, a fire safety podcast from Perimeter Solutions, helping save property, natural resources, critical infrastructure, and lives. Any fire retardant used on federal and state forest lands in the U.S. needs to be included on the United States Forest Service Qualified Products List. Being added to that list is a long, intense process. Today, Edward Goldberg talks about the process of getting fire retardants added to the Forest Service Qualified Products List and discusses why Perimeter Solutions only offers phosphate-based fire retardants. But first, he starts us off with a brief history on Perimeter Solutions.
The business began with Monsanto in the early 1960s with the development of aerial fire retardant based on ammonium phosphate. Previous studies had shown this to be among the most effective fire retardant chemistry. The business was with Monsanto until 1997, when it was spun off with Solutia as part of the chemical spinoff of Monsanto. In 2000, it became part of a company called Astaris, which was a joint venture between Solutia and FMC, and Astaris was acquired by ICL in 2005. We remained part of ICL until 2018 when Perimeter was formed as part of our acquisition by SK Capital.
And you mentioned PHOS-CHEK, the long-term fire retardant. It was introduced in 1963. Obviously, it's evolved. How has the product changed over the last 60 years?
Perimeter's had a remarkable record of successful innovation in fire retardant. Over the years, our retardants have become increasingly effective, more visible, have better drop characteristics, meaning that more of the retardant that drops from the airplane actually hits the target. And the safety and environmental characteristics have been improved and continue to be improved as we introduce new products.
And within the past year, Perimeter introduced PHOS-CHEK LCE20FX. Talk to us about the science behind that product and how it differs from past versions.
So PHOS-CHEK LCE20FX is actually the very first technical grade liquid concentrate ever produced. It replaces our LC95A, which has been the most used retardant in the world over the past 15 years. LCE20 has improved safety and environmental performance, improved stability, and increased effectiveness.
And LCE20FX and PHOS-CHEK Fortify are on the USDA Forest Service Qualified Products List. What does that listing mean to fire management organizations and the public in general?
Full qualification means that the product has been tested and shown to be safe, effective, and meet very stringent environmental standards. Listing on the QPL as fully qualified means it can be used by fire management agencies for both fire suppression and fire prevention.
And getting any product on the QPL isn't easy. It takes a team of industry experts and building strategic relationships. Walk us through the process of getting a fire retardant included on the QPL.
The process by design is both robust and difficult. Extensive lab testing followed by operational testing can take more than 2 years. And retardants have to meet many specifications related to effectiveness, corrosion, safety, health and environment, and operational performance. Many companies have tried to qualify products over the years, and none have been successful. And I hear a lot of whining and complaining that the process is too hard. Well, I want to tell you, the process should be hard because the failure in this industry can be measured in lives and property.
And on the QPL, PHOS-CHEK LCE20FX and PHOS-CHEK Fortify are approved for use on all federal and most state forest lands. Now, could you take us through the process of how your product gets from your manufacturing facility into aircraft to fight active wildfires?
Sure. This is an emergency business, and that means when fires burn anywhere, anytime, we have to be there to support firefighting efforts. Each tanker base where we load airplanes only stocks about enough inventory to last one day. And we've built over many years a logistics network and infrastructure that can deliver retardant 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and within hours to most bases in North America. We've built the infrastructure at the bases to store, mix, and load retardant and support even the busiest days of firefighting during the peak of the season.
And all the fire retardant solutions that Perimeter Solutions delivers are ammonium phosphate based. Why is that so important?
Going back decades, studies like Operation Firestop in the 1950s and the Blakely study in 1970 have looked at a variety of fire retardant chemicals. Every study confirms that ammonium phosphates are among the most effective chemicals. Chemicals like magnesium chloride and others are far less effective. And in addition, ammonium phosphate has been shown to be safe for people, safe for equipment, and meets all of the stringent environmental standards.
And things are getting worse, Eddie. Climate change, the expanding wildland-urban interface, and other factors indicate that wildfires will continue to grow in size and intensity. How's Perimeter preparing to help the fire management industry address this challenge?
We, like the rest of the world, see the trends. Fire seasons are getting longer, fires are getting bigger and burning more severely. And we work every day alongside of the agencies, the air tanker companies, and other firefighter organizations to expand our capabilities to be able to support the increased activity that we expect to see long into the future.
In following up on that question, Eddie, what is your greatest concern as wildfires continue to expand?
Fighting wildfires, especially as the problem grows and continues to impact more people's lives, is really a job for professionals. We've been doing this successfully for decades. There are new players trying to enter the market with inferior products, with no infrastructure, and little or no experience. The cost of failure is too high to take risks with unproven and questionable products and people in an industry where lives are at risk.
Now, we've been talking about serious things, wildfires. I want to turn to something lighter here. Perimeter recently went public, listing on the New York Stock Exchange. As someone who has grown with the company over the past 20 years, what was it like to be a part of that?
Dan, I have to say that it was probably the coolest experience I've had, and I feel really lucky to have been part of it and represent the hundreds of people in Perimeter who really made it happen. I'm just proud to see what our team was able to accomplish over the last 20 years and even longer in many cases.
Yeah, it's great. It looked like you and the team really had a great day that day in New York. Now, before we let you go, is there anything else that you'd like to cover?
I just want to let everybody know, look, we at Perimeter take our mission to provide solutions that save very seriously. Our industry experts are part of a dedicated group of people working every day to make the world a safer place. We owe it to our constituents to use the best science available, and what we bring is experience, responsibility, and integrity. Our commitment is to the firefighters and the communities we serve, and we're going to continue to work hard every day to earn your trust like we have for the last 60 years.
Do you want to learn more about solutions that save property, natural resources, critical infrastructure, and lives? Visit us at perimeter-solutions.com. That's perimeter-solutions.com. Visit our site to see how we use our experience, responsibility, and integrity to deliver trusted solutions that help improve firefighting performance.